Hello everybody. Today we are going to see a topic called measurement tools under the course name pattern making and grading. So this video comprises of importance of body measurements, preparation for measuring, standardizing body measurements, relative length measurements in gentlemen, women, relative girth measurements in gentlemen, women, preparation for fabric for cutting, grain and its types. So the first topic is importance of body measurements. So each and everyone should know their own body measurements to make their outfits fits very well. So in order to construct garments that fit well, body measurements must be taken with precision. You can draft original patterns based on these measurements, which can be used as the basis of a variety of styles. You may buy commercial patterns, but to select the pattern of correct size and later to make the pattern alterations or pattern adjustments which fit your body, one and all should know their uh, body measurements, know their own body measurements. So before taking measurements, certain preparations has to be done. Here we are going to see about what are the preparations to be done. So for taking the measurements, we should have a good quality of measuring tape, which should be steady and will not stretch. The metal end of the tape should be used for vertical measurements, and the other end for horizontal and circumference measurements. The measurements you should be taken over a smooth fitting foundation garments, and which should not be over a bulky garments. So before taking measurements, tie a cord or string around the waistline. So take quarter-inch white tape and cast it around your armhole. This will make it easier to measure the width of the shoulder, arm side tape, etc. Stand erect with the arms hanging straight at the sides when measurements are being made by someone else. Take snug measurements rather than tight or loose one. Hold the tape parallel to the floor for horizontal measurements and vertical to the floor for vertical measurements. As the measurements are taken, it has to be recorded in a notebook. So about something about standardizing body measurements, it is very important, and it is there are various techniques. In this, we are going to see about the importance. Measurement surveys collect measurements data to produce sizing systems. They are very costly. To obtain reliable data, thousands of subjects have to be measured, and it is very difficult to obtain public money for the task. So the last comprehensive survey for women's body measurements was taken in 1957. So many companies use this as a reference one, and as with reference to this one, and later it has been modified with the reference to European surveys. As the measurements vary from each and everybody, it has been changed. Measurements by different types of scanning has been developed. So the scanning technique is being used. So under that, the experimental work is taking place with a hemastophotonic body line near infrared scanner in the Department of Computer Science, University College, London. And the another one called LAS, it is a shadow scanner. It is here the 2D and 3D images of the human being have been captured, and from that the measurements have been taken. So this method creates a measurable three-dimensional images. A slit of light is passed over a rotating body with where cameras record the images. So another different system is called Telmat, has updated its 2D body measurement system to 3D imagery in order to provide more accurate calculations of body measurements. So the next topic is about the relative length measurements in gentlemen and women. So for making this relative length measurement, the human being is being the height is being divided into 88 theories. So making use of 88 theories, the following relative length measurements can be obtained for a grown-up proportionate human body. So in this image, it is shown that the different heads. So nape to the level of armpit, which is equal to 1/8 of the height, that is considered to be as 1/8. Natural waist, that is nape to waist, which is equal to 1/4 of the 8, that is said to be a second 8. Forearms, 1/4 of the 8, that is second 8. Two eights are combined, is called forearm. The same thing is been followed. Elbow to armpit, that is been calculated as 1/8. inside leg or leg measures, that is said to be as 4/8 less 5 to 6 centimeters 2 to 2 1 by 4 inches. We have to less that measurement. Slope of shoulder is equal to 1/6 of natural waist length. Sleeve length, which has been set to as 3/8 altogether, gives the sleeve length. Both the arms extended, full height of the figure, that is 8/8. Knee from fork, half inside leg less 5 centimeter. Small from knee, which is equal to 5 to 6.5 centimeters, that is around 2 to 2.5 inches. Calf from small, about 7.5 to 8.75 centimeters, which will be around 3 to 3.5 inches. Then body rise, that is waist to fork, which is equal to 1/8 of the height plus 5 centimeters. It will be around 2 inches. So the proportions of the grit measurements in men are clearly shown. The grit from top to bottom are as follows. Out of these grits, the chest measurement is very important, as all the grit measures of a grown-up proportionate body are derived from it. So next topic is about relative grit measurements in ladies. So the following relative grit measurements of mature ladies are useful in cutting garments like blouse, shirt, coats, etc. So this has also been classified as neck, waist, seat, across chest, half back, shoulder, round upper arm, depth of sky, and so on. So this image clearly shows the head calculations, 8 theory. So apart till now we have been saying about what is importance of body measurements, how the measurements has to be taken, the standardizing procedures and so on, and relative length and grit measurements. The measurements which has been related to the length, height, waist length, sleeve length, that and all comes under length measurements. Grit, the circumference level, is said to be as grit measurements. So next thing is preparation of fabric for cutting. Before cutting, the fabric has to be prepared. So under that, the following basic terms should be understood proceeding to prepare the fabric. Before proceeding the fabric for cutting, the certain things has to be known by the user. The first thing is grain. What is a grain? Grain refers to the direction of yarn in a fabric. Woven fabrics are made up of lengthwise and crosswise or filling yarns interlaced at right angles to each other. These yarns are called the lengthwise and crosswise grains of fabric. On patterns, lengthwise grain is referred to as straight grain. Bias grain is any direction on a fabric that does not exactly follow a lengthwise or a crosswise yarn. So true bias is nothing but 45-degree angle with the lengthwise and crosswise yarns is said to be as 45-degree true bias. So lengthwise yarns are usually stronger and heavier and stretch less than crosswise yarns. This property can be used to identify the lengthwise grain on a piece of fabric which has no selvage. Stretch the fabric along one grain, holding it taut with your two hands, okay, 2 inches to 3 inches apart. Then stretches similarly along in the perpendicular directions. The one which stretches less is the lengthwise yarn. So the topic is grain. Grain refers to the direction of yarns in a fabric. So in fabric we have selvage. This is the finished stage of the fabric which runs lengthwise. So selvage is woven differently with extra yarns and stronger yarns than the rest of the fabric. In a good quality fabric, the selvage is very compactly woven and it is about half an inch wide. On poor fabric, selvage will be narrow and loosely woven. So the another thing which we have to know is on grain. What is an on grain? A fabric in which the crosswise yarns run exactly at right angles to lengthwise yarn and which has right angled corner is said to be as on grain or grain perfect. So in this first image, it has been shown that the grains are being perfectly matched. So the 90-degree angles will be seen. So this is said to be as on grain. So next thing is about off grain. What is off grain? A fabric in which the crosswise yarn are not running exactly at right angles to lengthwise yarn is referred to as off grain. So in this image it has been shown that the lengthwise yarn, the crosswise yarn which does not perfectly run exactly at the right angles. So okay, this happens because the fabric has been pulled out of shape and pressed in that position during finishing at the factory. So this defaults are being seen. So next thing is about off-grain print. In a print made of lines, checks, etc., if the lines do not run straight along lengthwise or crosswise grain, it is referred to as a off-grain print. Fabrics with off-grain prints should not be selected for garment construction because with such fabrics it will be almost impossible to make the right and left half of the garment identical in designs or to match the designs along seams, center front, center back, etc. So with this image, the image which is shown in the slide, you can observe that the left half is not equal to the right half. The designs have been asymmetrical. So next thing is about the cutting and construction. The manner in which a garment is cut in relation to the grain lines of the fabric affects the durability, fit and hang of the garment. Garment should be cut in such a way that the lengthwise grain is parallel to the garment length along center front, center back, center of sleeve, etc. Because of the greater strength of lengthwise yarns, garments cut on lengthwise grain hang better and will be more durable. Ruffles, pleats, and others will be fall in graceful folds or only if the fold follow lengthwise yarn. Moreover, the additional stretch of the crosswise grain will be needed across the body for movement. An exception to the above rule is the case of yokes, which are usually cut on crosswise grain, center front and center back edge parallel to crosswise grain. Sometimes yokes are cut on bias for design interest. In striped fabric, you may cut the front and back of the garment on true bias to get the chevron effect. The chevron effect can be made by cutting on the garment on crosswise grain. So in a well-constructed garment, not only should the lengthwise grain run lengthwise on the body, but the crosswise grain should also follow the right angle to the lengthwise grain or parallel to the floor at the base of the neck, across the bust line, across the fullest part of the hip, and at the base of sleeve cap are very required. It is not this cannot be achieved if you are using an off-grain fabric for cutting. The result will be an ill fitting garment which has wrinkles, lacks balance, and is uncomfortable to the wearer. If a dress design should look balanced on the figure, the right half and the left half should be identical in design, shape, and grain. So, as a conclusion, in a nutshell, in this video, we have been learned about how to take body measurements, the relative length and girth measurements, preparing fabric for cutting, types of grains, and so on. So, in a nutshell, thank you for everybody for watching this video.